So what brings you down here today?
I just feel like my husband is so unsupportive. And, I mean, my son is up there laying in a hospital bed, and my husband won't even come and see him because he's afraid of what he's going to look at.
What's he going to look at?
Well, half of my son's skull is gone because he suffered a gunshot wound. So, I mean, yeah, it's difficult to look at, but that's our son. That's our that's our blood. He has to be able to look at him, and he has to be able to, I don't know, he's not there for him, he's not there for me, he's not there for the rest of our family.
So who do you feel like you can count on to look for support with?
I don't even know. That's why I'm here right now. And, I mean, my son's friends have been coming in and out, which is great because they're trying to stay as strong as they can for me. But, I don't know, just my husband not wanting to be here is just not okay.
So what do you think you can do to try and get him to come in? Because obviously you really want him as your support in the rock.
I don't know. I mean, my son's unconscious. Maybe if we put like a hat on him, it'll help my husband be more comfortable of seeing him. But I don't even know if we're allowed to. I just feel extremely alone.
Is it something that you've talked to the nurses or doctors about, like maybe putting the hat on, or?
No, I was thinking maybe that would be something that you could help me with.
Generally, the family steps in and asks first before we step in. But is there anybody does your husband have any sisters, brothers, siblings that would, like, parents that could sit down and talk to him to try and get him to come in?
No one can get through to him. Everyone tries, and everyone just keeps... I feel like everyone's being so negative on him that it's driving him to be more upset. And it's just... He doesn't cry when he gets angry. And he's never hit me, he's never hit my son, but he's trying to hold it all in, and that's not healthy, and he's refusing to talk to anyone. Even when I told him that I was coming down here, he yelled at me because he thought, oh, well, they're not going to be able to help us. They don't know our situation. But people are trained to know our situations every day. That's why they work in a hospital.
Right. And do you have any other children?
I do. I have 3 others. But this one's the oldest.
Okay.
So it's really hard for them to see their big brother in this position. But my children, 2 of them have come to see him. The youngest one's a little too young.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I just feel like their dad is... The children are willing to come, and the children are wanting to be there to support me and support him. But it's just hard when their dad doesn't want to.
Right. So what I'm hearing is you're just looking for support, and I'm thinking that your husband is going to have to come around when he's ready, and you know that your role right now is to be your support for your son who's laying up in that hospital bed. So I'm wondering if there's anybody else. I know you have 3 younger children, and you probably don't really want to lean on them too much because you don't want to scare them or anything like that. I'm wondering if maybe you have any, siblings or parents of your own, or your own friends that you can perhaps reach out to, because there's other things that you do, I'm sure, have to worry about with 3 younger ones at home, putting food on the table and making sure things are going smoothly in the household while you're here with your son. So is there anybody else you can think of?
Well, my sister's been really supportive. She's been taking the kids back and forth to school. But the problem is, since he's in the ICU, no one can really, be in the room with him without me. So it's been a really strain on me always having to approve of visitors and having to, I don't know. I tried to go into work once, but I just think of my son, and I just think of him lying there and how he didn't ask for this. And I don't know. I think I'm more confused of anything, and I don't know. I wish we had more answers, because he's so touch and go that nothing's definite.
And is your son, is he capable of speaking? Not at all.
He's unconscious still. I mean, he's in medical coma, so like they put it on him voluntarily. I talked to him. I've heard, I don't know, on those TV shows they say that if you talk to them they can hear you. I don't know how much I believe that. They haven't even told me how long he's gonna be in this coma.
Usually with traumatic brain injury like this, it does take up to 6 months to start recovery, and so after this, he'll probably have to go to a rehab. I'm sure he will, and do a recovery process there. But while you're here, since it's so new because it happened very recently, if he's in the ICU, right? So.
But what does the 6 months look like? Like, is the 6 months like he's in the hospital the whole time, he's in the coma the whole time, or is 6 months like, okay, he's in the ICU for a while, then he goes to a regular room, then he goes to the rehab?
That's how it goes, the latter. It's going to go from the ICU to transitioning into a regular room and then transitioning into the rehab where he'll start.
I just feel...
And in that time, as you see him gradually start to, come around and they're making transitions, do you think that your husband will maybe perhaps start coming around because he's making, steps forward to recovery?
I mean, I don't know. I guess when he wakes up, he'll want to come and see him, but like I said, all he keeps saying is, my son's missing part of his head. And, I mean, the plastic surgeons told us that there's ways that they can fix it, like, but right now it's too raw. But I just think of when he was younger, and my husband used to take him outside and, like, teach him how to play baseball and teach him how to do this and that. So I'm hoping that he'll just see the recovery process as, I guess, something he can just do with him. Like, I guess setting goals and then going to achieve them. But here's my question. What can the hospital do for me? Like, will you be able to can I come talk to you while the whole time he's here?
So the center is open from 8:30 to 5. Our door's always open. You can come in and speak to me whenever you want. As far as what we can do on the floor, we would have to hear major sort of issues going on, like maybe there's sort of a discrepancy with you and the nurses or you and the doctors and you're not really understanding what's happening. I would reach out to the social worker on the floor to try and set something up. But as far as you wanting to come down and just speak with us, you can come down. We have a massage chair. We have free coffee, granola bars. This is a place for you to really come and relax and try and sort of escape for a little bit the hecticness of what is going on in the room and what's going on around your son.
But how do I know whatever I say to you won't get, like, people won't know? Like, how do I know this?
Right, that's a great question. This is, completely confidential, whatever you come down and speak to us about. Like I said, the only reason why I would have to say something is if you're telling me you feel like there is a major discrepancy between your son's medical team and yourself, I would reach out to the social worker on the floor and speak with that person. But other than that, this completely stays between us.
Would you be willing to talk to my husband if I got him to come down here?
Absolutely.
I just don't know. I just feel like this is just so much. I just never suffered this much of a trauma before.
I'm sure. It's a very difficult time for you in your life.
I hope at least he's still alive, right? And at least he's on the road to recovery. I guess that's all we can ask for.
It's a great way of looking at it, absolutely. And, you know, the more strong and positive you stay and, you know, continue talking to your son,